Howdy, howdy, everybody, and welcome back. So, we are ready to harvest. I spent a lot of time getting the field planted, uh, fertilized, everything, and this is going to be the entire thing, the entire 4 fields. So, I'm expecting a very large harvest, and to harvest it, this is my new setup. So it's a forage harvester, mower on the front, and a semi trailer on the back. Now this semi trailer is the same trailer I've been using a lot in several of my previous maps. And then this harvester, it is from the Colossus pack. Uh, as a matter of fact, let me pull it up and show it to you guys. Um, it is this guy right here. Now I am still rocking the base power setup, but I have changed the discharge speed over to fast. Reason for that is the mower deck we're using um, is this guy right here. Um, for one, we got much higher top speed, what we can work at, and two, we're working at 50 meters. Um, yes, I fully realize that this is unrealistic, as it per says in the 50-meter unrealistic. But with the size of the field, if I did not use that, um, I would be here for 3 days to mow this. So let's go ahead and set things up. Um, we're going to do, let's see, come on, populate the, all right. So, all right. Now, one thing with this setup, I could actually put a hired hand in this rig, and they would be able to mow. Um, this first bit, or at least headlands for sure, I'm going to be doing myself. Um, Now, one thing that I'm going to be having to keep an eye on is the silage additive. The silage additive tank on this harvester is pretty small, and as you can see, we're going through it pretty darn quick. Um, so, we're going to have to be constantly going to fill that up if we want to use it for the entire deal to get the maximum yield, which is what I want. Next thing, I have changed up my setup for fermenting the grass into silage. Um, I went back to a similar setup to the fermenting silos, but the silo or the fermenters that I've got are much larger. They actually hold, I think, 4 million liters apiece. As a matter of fact, let me pull those up right quick. Yeah, 4 million liters. And as you can see, I've already got several built. It looks like I've got one, two, three, 8. Um, looks like so I've got those already built. Um, so, but we'll get this knocked out. It's going to take us quite a bit, quite a while. Um, Even with as fast as we are moving, if I had upped the power, yeah, I could have been moving faster, but I did not. So, Sorry, I was listening to something that I had live going on a different computer. But all right, so just one side, almost 50% of our silage tank we used. Um, Definitely going to have to fill that up, and I'm going to have to get something to. I'll either have to use a vehicle to bring the additive to the harvester, or I'll have to take the harvester to the silage additive. More than likely, I will bring something to bring it out here to the harvester. So let's get down to the end, and we will then actually, while he's driving, I might as well grab me a flatbed. Uh, I should be able to pull that with um, a Chevy. And if I can pull with the Chevy is the fastest vehicle I've got. So hopefully I can pull it with that. On a side note, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. And if not, hopefully you get a little bit of entertainment out of my antics. All right, there's. All right, let's hop in the Chevy. Now, I already have a bunch of silage additive that I've purchased. I just have not moved it. And it's going to happen to be, or it happens to be, um, still sitting at the sell point. So it's just going to be a matter of picking it up and bringing it over. Another wonderful case of the AI traffic being idiots. So now we do still have silo compaction stuff uh, for uh, um, the bunker silos. We still had the front loader. So, all right. Didn't grab it all, but it's at least a start. So I don't know if I want to keep that equipment or not. I've gotten rid of the bunkers, so there's not really much of a need to keep it, unless we get into the situation where we run out of space in the fermenters and end up rebuilding the silos. But the fermenters, they actually hold more than the bunkers, and they're cheaper. So I don't see a reason why I would. But we'll get this filled up. and then I'll keep running the field, and I think I'll bring you guys back when I am finished with the field. That way, we get an idea how much we have in the trailer and how much we're putting in the fermenters. So, be a bit for me, but right back for you. Alrighty. So I have a hired hand in this rig right now. Just want to show that with this kind of setup, you can have the hired hand uh, mow and pick up the grass all at the same time. Makes things easy if you've got other things you're doing at the same time as you're playing. But like I said, this is a way you can also, if you have a monster field like this, you can set up multiple rigs and have hired hands helping you while doing this. But it's just something that you can do, and it really helps. So we are getting pretty close to being to the end of the field. We're just looking to the side. I'm going to guess maybe four or five more passes. But yeah, this is something you can do. Now, I did run out of silage additive in the tank. I do still have some in a bunch in the trailer, but I've just kind of forgotten about it and let it go. And at this point, we might be one. I don't know. We'll see how close I was, but yeah. So this is a great setup if you're wanting to try to automate as much as you can on doing silage. Um, since we can't, since you can't have a rig with a mower and a baler behind it and hired hand, using a hired hand to bale. The hired hand will not bale as far as I've come across. I've yet to be able to figure out a way to make the hired hand bale. So, but this is the easiest way I've found so far, and it's what's been working for me. So, but I'll bring you guys back when we're finished getting mowed, and you can actually see our fermenters there, top of the screen. So, uh, but yeah, so be back shortly. All right, so we are back, and we are going to start loading up our fermenters. Um, we're probably going to have to build a few more than what we currently have. Actually, we're definitely going to have to, but this is definitely a good start. What I already had built. Well, actually, it looks like we might be just right. Um, yep, and we actually have just a little bit of room left in this one. So let's go ahead and turn these all on. So grass to silage. Now we are losing a little bit, um, but that is okay. Currently, we've got everything set up to store because we're actually going to go back with a trailer, pick everything, and unload everything out of the fermenters to take to sale. So, all right, that's running, running, running. Just double checking to make sure they're all running, and it looks like they are. So, um, tell you what, I am going to just park this for the moment, and we are going to jump in this truck, and I'm going to find wherever I parked my other trailer, and that's going to be our setup for hauling it to sale. We could have it sell directly, but we are actually going to go ahead and haul it there. So I'm going to grab that. We're going to run the fermenters until they've emptied, and then we're going to take all the silage off to sale to see what we ended up with. So um, give me a couple, or give me a moment, and we'll be right back when we're ready to sell. All right, so we have waited long enough to, or for um, all the grass to turn to silage. It's not the fastest way of doing it, but it is the easiest way. So we are currently loading the silage into the trailer, and just looking at the discharge rate of the fermenter. This is going to take a while. So uh, it's one thing to keep in mind if this is the route you guys want to go for doing silage. This is well, it's time consuming. It's not. It is easier, but it is time consuming. So now we could have actually harvested the field twice in the time that it's taken to ferment the one uh, harvest. So something to keep in mind if this is the route you guys want to go. But I'm going to get all these emptied out into the trailer, and we will take it to sale and see what we end up with. I'm expecting to see a pretty big number, but let's see, we'll be probably about 4 times. Well, we've got 4 times the field, plus we've got the extra area that was between the fields. But then we're only getting 4/5 out of it. So if I was to guess, I'd say we're going to be about a $6 million payday, give or take. But we'll find out once we get all this loaded into the trailer and taken to sell. So looks like this is going to take quite a while. So I'll bring you guys back once I've got it fully loaded up. So all right, so we got everything loaded in the trailer. We took it off to sale, and we actually got $5.5 million out of it. Quite a bit of money. And with that money, if we wanted to, we could go and buy all these lots that we don't have already that are around the exterior of the map. But in all honesty, I'm thinking that I'm going to actually end this series here. Reason between it is, I mean, we've got the field, we got all the fields here, and yeah, it's just what else is there to do on this map? But I'm thinking my next series is going to either be a small equipment with lots of small fields, um, or I'm going to do a forestry playthrough. I'm actually leaning more toward the forestry because there's one, I think it's in factories. This piece of equipment right here. And basically what it is, well, it's a firewood production. So I'm thinking about doing something along those lines. For starting out, have that on the property with the chainsaw and that on the property and maybe one truck. But that's I'm thinking about doing that for a kind of just like a rough start type deal. Um, but I'm thinking about doing that for the next one. But that's going to be, I think I'm going to mess with that tomorrow. I'm not going to do it today. But I do want to say thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, follow, leave a comment. If there's anything you guys see I'm doing that, or I'm not doing, or whatever that uh, could make things better, please feel free to let me know. I am always take comments and criticism to heart, and look to try to improve my work. So, like I said, thank you all for watching, and have yourselves a wonderful day.